by Karen Brimmeyer, holistic nutritionist and functional medicine practitioner. Before we get started, if you would like to know how to heal and repair leaky gut syndrome, click on my link below. In this free presentation, you'll find the 4-step process that I use to heal leaky gut syndrome with every one of my clients. 3 so-called health foods that you probably eat every single day that are most likely making your leaky gut syndrome symptoms worse. The 1 secret technique that I learned which cut my clients' healing time in half. Why you don't need to spend $100 and $1,000 of dollars on doctors and supplements to get fast and permanent relief. 4 key concepts that you must understand if you are ever going to take control of your health and say goodbye to your leaky gut syndrome symptoms. 1. There are a lot of highly advertised health foods out there that all claim to be a necessary part of your well-balanced diet. But this couldn't be further from the truth. You are likely eating many of these foods every single day, which are actually driving the inflammation that is making your leaky gut syndrome symptoms worse. 2. Even if you're eating all the right foods, that may not be enough. When you develop leaky gut syndrome, you can become allergic to any food that you eat, including foods that really are normally healthy. And the more you eat these foods, the worse your condition becomes. But I can show you how to identify these underlying hidden allergies that are sabotaging your results. 3. There are many things that you can do to help heal your leaky gut syndrome outside of eating the right foods. By incorporating some very simple but highly effective techniques to your current lifestyle, you can help drastically cut down on the time it takes to heal your leaky gut. These will have you feeling great in no time at all. Before we get to the 4th and extremely important key concept, if you haven't already, make sure you don't miss out on these free reports that contain tons of leaky gut healing tips to help you kickstart the healing process today. 4. If you're trying to solve your problem with supplements alone, then you are in for a big surprise, because supplements alone are not the answer when it comes to leaky gut syndrome. When you are doing all of the other things right, only then should supplements be used to help speed up the healing process. And not all supplements are created equal. In fact, I have found many of my own clients that were reacting negatively to supplements that they believed were supposed to be helping. And some of these supplements were designed specifically for leaky gut syndrome. It's all about using the right supplements at the right time. Otherwise, you're really just wasting your money. How leaky gut syndrome develops. The leaky gut syndrome process all begins with the wearing away of the mucosal barrier. Your entire digestive tract from end to end is lined with a single cell layer of mucus that accounts for 80% of your immune system. When this mucosal barrier becomes damaged due to poor diet, toxins, chronic stress, imbalanced gut flora, or certain medications, you literally lose 80% of your immune system on the spot, leaving you vulnerable to all kinds of infections. As the damage continues and leaky gut syndrome progresses, it begins to take its toll on the microvilli that line your intestinal walls. These tiny finger-like projections are responsible for secreting the enzymes you need to properly digest your food and for absorbing nutrients. Soon enough, your digestion is severely impaired and you begin to develop nutrient deficiencies. And these vital nutrients that you're missing out on are a necessary component to recovering from leaky gut syndrome. And that's not even the end of it. The cells of your intestinal lining are designed to link together in such a way that they form tiny, tightly formed gaps that allow only fully digested nutrients through and into the bloodstream. But as the damage continues, these gap junctions become wider and wider and allow larger unwanted particles such as undigested food, toxins, parasites, bacteria, and yeast straight into your bloodstream. Leaky gut syndrome developmental process. Once that door is opened and these harmful substances hit the bloodstream, they are able to travel anywhere in the body. They wreak havoc and create all kinds of leaky gut syndrome symptoms, many of which are completely unrelated to your gut, such as arthritis, chronic fatigue, eczema, headaches and migraines, ringworm, hyperactivity, anxiety, and depression, just to name a few. And now that little 20% of what is left of your immune system must work overtime to fight off all of these harmful substances that are literally leaking through your gut and into your bloodstream. Because your gut is constantly leaking, your immune system never gets a chance to properly recover and eventually becomes so overwhelmed that it begins to attack your own healthy tissue and organs. And that marks the beginning of autoimmune disease. Why your gut health is the most important factor of your overall health and well-being. Leaky gut syndrome. Your gut is responsible for up to 80% of your immune system. 80% of your immune system comes from the single antibody, immunoglobulin A, IgA, which is produced and secreted in your digestive tract by the thin mucosal barrier that lines your intestines. Once you develop leaky gut syndrome, this mucosal barrier becomes damaged and you lose the ability to produce this extremely important antibody. You literally lose the ability to fight off all of the harmful substances that enter your body, leaving you exposed to many different kinds of infections. Your gut is responsible for protecting you against toxins and pathogens including harmful parasites, bacteria, viruses, yeast, and fungi. Once leaky gut syndrome develops, it opens the doorway for all of the harmful pathogens that live in your gut to directly enter your bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, these pathogens can travel anywhere, creating inflammation and infecting your organs and various other tissues. This leaves you susceptible to chronic fatigue, food intolerances, and many different kinds of symptoms and conditions completely unrelated to the gut. Your gut is responsible for producing the main chemical substance needed to fight depression. You might think that depression is a problem with your head, but in reality, it is a problem with your gut. Depression is caused by your body's inability to produce the neurotransmitter serotonin, which helps regulate your mood, metabolism, and appetite. And the majority of this serotonin is produced in your gut by the enterochromaffin cells. When you develop leaky gut syndrome and your gut becomes damaged, these cells are unable to produce the serotonin you need, leaving you to sink into depression. Your gut is responsible for proper digestion and absorption of nutrients needed to supply the entire body with the required building blocks for energy, growth, and repair. It should be no surprise that your body needs all of the nutrients it can get to grow and repair from the damage of everyday life. And that is where leaky gut syndrome becomes a double-edged sword. At the same time, it is essential for your body to absorb all of the nutrients it can to help heal your leaky gut. Your leaky gut itself impairs your body's ability to absorb nutrients. So not only does it lead to nutrient deficiency, but it forces your body's natural healing process to come to a screeching halt. And when your body cannot repair itself, it slowly begins to fall apart. In fact, poor gut health is responsible for up to 90% of chronic health symptoms and conditions. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Discover 3 simple but highly effective techniques to start healing your leaky gut today. Just click below to get instant access to your free report and guide. Inside you'll discover free reports to overcoming leaky gut syndrome, the #1 most unused trick to ease your chronic symptoms, the 7 worst foods you eat daily that are making your symptoms worse, the best method to unblock one of your most important detox pathways, 3 simple and delicious recipes that are great for your gut, and 1 is even for desert. Email: I will never sell your information to anyone. I respect your privacy and hate spam. Be sure to check your bulk, junk, or spam folders, as emails occasionally get mistakenly filtered. Then discover the leaky gut syndrome healing secrets that even your doctor doesn't know about. Discover 3 simple but highly effective techniques to start healing your leaky gut syndrome today. Just click below to get instant access to your free report and guide. Inside you'll discover free reports for healing leaky gut syndrome, the #1 most unused trick to ease your chronic symptoms, the 7 worst foods you eat daily that are making your symptoms worse, the best method to unblock one of your most important detox pathways, 3 simple and delicious recipes. Thank you.